Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Studio 13, where we are making nightmares real. And I hope that everyone is having terrifying nightmares tonight. Now, with that being said, I am back with another narration, this time based on a true story about a truck driver by the name of Joe. Now, before I get into the narration, don't forget, if you're into all things horror, the mysterious, paranormal, unexplainable, dark, and cryptic, feel free to go down below and drop a like. And if you want to, if you like what you hear, and you don't want to miss a single time I drop new content, feel free to also smash that subscribe button. Now, let's get into it. Joe was leaving Chicago hauling a semi-trailer loaded with box fans. This part of the trip was to leave the trailer in Laredo, Texas. He dropped the trailer at an anonymous company terminal, and afterwards, he had used up all of his hours for the day, so he decided to spend the night. He found a nearby truck stop where he caught a slumber, and the next morning he was dispatched to pick up a trailer loaded at the same terminal, which was loaded with batteries from Mexico. The destination was Bowling Green, Kentucky. On the way, he was passing by his home in Alabama, and by this time, he was once again almost out of hours, so he decided to stop at his home in Alabama for the night. He then pulled into an empty parking lot where only his personal vehicle sat. He parked his 18-wheeler close by and hopped out. Joe loved his truck. It was a Peterbilt 379 with a 4 1/4 Caterpillar diesel engine. After he got his truck parked, he then got into his personal vehicle and he decided to head home, and he had recently caught wind of a meteor shower that was supposed to happen later on that night. So once he got home, he grabbed his lawn chair, a bag of chips, and a 20-ounce Pepsi. That way he could have something to snack on while he enjoyed the meteor shower once it began, as midnight was slowly approaching. Midnight then came, and the meteor shower had finally began. About 10 to 15 minutes into the meteor shower, there was a huge explosion that startled Joe. In fact, it looked like it was near where his truck was parked at. Joe just shrugged it off, thinking as if one of the meteors just happened to hit the ground. Joe then started to feel a little bit drowsy, so he decided to go ahead and turn in for the night and get himself some shut-eye. The next morning, he went back to his truck and did his pre-trip inspection, and upon doing the inspection, he saw something kind of peek out from behind the trailer's wheels. So he then walked to the back of the trailer where the wheels were, went to crouch down, but whatever it was that was there had suddenly vanished. He shrugged it off as though it was just an animal that maybe got spooked by him trying to walk up. But upon further inspection of his truck, he noticed an unusual red slimy substance leaking from the trailer. However, he was told by dispatch to deliver the load as is. Arriving at Bowling Green the next morning, the trailer was unloaded. The red substance, still dripping from the trailer, raised a red flag to the receiving manager, prompting him to call the police to break the seal and open the trailer. When they went to unload the trailer, it was clothes and not batteries. The receiver was expecting clothes, but the paperwork said batteries. Joe then called the dispatcher, and the dispatcher told him to take the trailer to the truck stop to get cleaned. When he arrived at the truck stop, He opened up the trailer for them to clean it. However, when they began cleaning, the substance started to grow and they quit cleaning and refused to do any more. Joe then called the dispatch to let them know what was going on. Dispatch wound up taking 8 hours to get back with him. They told him to go to West Memphis, Arizona. Dispatch then gave him a specific route to avoid scales, and arriving at West Memphis Terminal, he was told to park on the back lot. Out of service stickers were attached to the trailer, and that was the last Joe ever saw or heard of it again.